Want to go first? You want me to go first?
Good.
Well, I've always thought I was a Christian. We went to church on Easter, on Christmas, stuff like that. But never really, I guess, truly knew God. In and out, we would go on occasion, but our girls played travel softball. So we were always, tournaments were on the weekends. We would get in a pattern and then stop going.
We'd end up going out and line up, hanging out with our friends, this and that. Like we get a time, well, it's like we get a weekend, and after a while, just drinking, hanging out, partying just became too much. And
It was like every weekend. Our friends, that's what they wanted to do. Let's go out, let's go hang out.
yeah.
And
so
church wasn't a priority at that point. It was,
Eventually, I couldn't do it anymore, and I prayed, asked God to do something. Like something had to change.
it was that, like right before New Year's, I ended up waking up with a dream that horrific. I actually woke up in tears crying, 2:00 in the morning. It felt so real. One of the scariest things probably I've ever been through. But I just relived that dream repeatedly over and over. I was having panic attacks from it. I was having horrible thoughts in my mind all the time, to the point where I was questioning, do I want to hurt myself? And I had tried medications, therapy, exercise routines, meditation, and he kept telling me, he's like, just pray over it, just keep praying. And I'm like, I feel like I am praying and it's not doing anything, it's just not working. And then he's like, we need to go to church, we need to find church, we need to get back there. So it was actually, I remember it being Super Bowl Sunday last year. Mark and Sherilyn were up on stage. At that point, I was starting to get into church more. I wanted to be there, I wanted to pray, and I saw them up on stage and I was like, we need to figure out how to meet them and become more personable with them. And then Mark and Sherilyn were so happy, peaceful, loving, open-armed. It was just, I don't know, it was something I hadn't experienced really before meeting somebody. And then when Mark was like, well, you guys got to join a freedom group. That's when we were like, he's like, I got 2 groups I'm doing. And I was like, sign us up for both of them, we want to do it. But that was life-changing, I would say. I would definitely recommend a freedom group. I want to do it again. Just opened up things that, it was fellowship with 14 people that became like family. Definitely found my path closer to God, to the point where I wanted to read the Bible. I wanted to know more.
My biggest thing, like I've tried reading the Bible before, very difficult. Now it's just, I get into it. Audio at work, I just play it and it's just, I can listen to it now. Yeah, I want to. It's a difference of, I guess it's a difference of wanting to or not, wanting to be closer to God. But I just come to the realization I can't do anything without him. So it's been great, life-changing.
We finished the Freedom Group by doing the Freedom Conference. And I definitely, once again, the only word I can use is life-changing, breathtaking. And then we finished it, I'm sorry if I sound like a little teary-eyed, but we finished it with getting baptized together, which was the best.
Awesome.
It was amazing. Since the Freedom Conference, just to back it up a little bit, my anxiety and the way my panic attacks have almost completely gone away. I'm not on medication. I stopped taking all my medication. I just focused on my relationship, getting closer to God, and I know he's my anchor. Like, he's always gonna be there for me, and that's what I rely on daily. I can get myself when I start to think a little negative, I immediately bring myself back to the Word and talk to him, and I feel like he brings me right back up. It's completely changed my life, being in the church, getting to know God, and I love Jesus now, like, he's a big thing. And now I think our kids are seeing a lot of that. Our friends are starting to see it. Our 2 younger girls are now wanting to do freedom groups as well. They specifically asked, what can we do and how can we get closer?
I think the biggest thing with groups is, for me, my biggest thing was talking out loud. I believed in God, Jesus. I I was very uncomfortable speaking out loud about it. Smaller groups, you get comfortable and that's what you talk about. And then that allows you to speak like that outside of the group. Get in one.
Yes.
Get in one.
They're
Do
life-changing.
it.
The fellowship, the peace you get, the happiness, the relationship you develop with God.
Yeah. There's so many groups out there. I saw once like a golf group. Like there's things you can do even if it's not just a freedom group. Like get in a
Country
group.
line dancing, golfing, hiking.
Getting around like-minded Christians that want to do the same walk.
Definitely, if you have any interest or doubt, just take that step and jump into a freedom group because you won't regret it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.